All right, welcome to another edition of the Raymond Report. Today is Thursday, April 4th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report Sports Handicapping Tip Sheet, which each and every day we talk about value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we use a strict money management system. Come learn the Raymond Report today and get 10 free sports betting tips. Scroll down to the bottom and you can get 10 tips on sports handicapping right here at atsstats.com. All you got to do, go to horse racing, click on the Raymond Report sports betting system. It's going to take you to this page, and we'll give you some good information on how to beat the sports book more consistently on a daily basis. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you're located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Also the founder of atsstats.com, home to the Raymond Report, which you guys listen to each and every day. And I want to thank you for tuning in, and hopefully able to help you guys make a little bit of money with your handicapping experience, and hopefully you're learning something along the way. And let's get right into it today. All right, so trying to get a little bit more organized in these podcasts, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to write an agenda. So when you go to our YouTube channel or the atsstats.com, you're going to see the podcast, and I'm going to put down the topic of the day. So this way you can go to the website and say, okay, what's he talking about? Then if you're in a hurry, you can just scroll down to the time limit of that. I'll try to, if I think about it, I'll try to put the time frame right here. So this way you can go in and say, okay, I'm going to go to the system play. It's at 9 minutes or something. So anyways, hopefully I can do it, and remember to do it, because once you get into these podcasts and you just start rolling along, you forget a lot of things, right? Also, as you guys know, I like to dabble sometimes into the gaming venture. I'm not a big gamer, but I like playing sports games, right? And one of the things I like is golf and MLB The Show. So I thought I'd bring back a little bit of the golfing videos that I've done in the past. I'm going to do a few more, and what I'm going to do is just post them on the website. So I call it the coffee break. So if you go to the front page and you scroll down to, I'll call it coffee break time. So let's say you got a few minutes during the day and you want to see some rounds of golf. Nothing more relaxing than hearing someone hit the ball off the tee, right? And it's just, I don't know, I find it very calming. It's just soothing when I watch this. So I'm going to try to bring more videos to the channel and stuff like that to make it a little bit of coffee break during the day. All right, let's get back to the schedule here, right? Stay on schedule, Ron. All right, so we're going to look at the 5 fundamentals of handicapping, which we did. Also, let's go look at what we did last night with our premium picks. Pretty good night. You know what? Remember yesterday I was talking about the Major League Baseball, those under-the-radar teams, and you know I know I beat this motto to death, and the Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are. And the one thing when I did the Raymond Report many years ago, I took a week to really study parity and where we were going in the world of sports handicapping, in the sports betting world. And you know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s where, the dynasty teams like the Islanders, the Yankees, the Oilers, the owners dominated with money, and they bought teams, right? Steinbrenner, Pocklington back in the day, Gretzky, they used to buy their teams. But now with sports betting, everything's about parity. And what I've learned through my research is that, sometimes a coin flip is just as good as handicapping an hour worth of games, right? Because at the end of the day, it boils down to, just like I talk about too in the Raymond Report, and it really boils down to these 5 fundamentals. If there's value in my selections, is the percentage play in my favor or the bookmaker's favor? That's where you are what your record says you are. Performance cycles, when you're handicapping a team, where are they in the performance cycle during the season? And players availability. I don't care who's injured. I need to know who's available to play, right? They say the best ability is availability, and what my money management system, how much am I going to lay on that? So last night, long story short, I was looking at my selections when I was handicapping, and I was saying, man, something with these like Baltimore, Cleveland this year, all these teams that I've been, for the first 20 games, as you guys know, I like to handicap those first 20 games to find those value, like Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Man, they were down 4-0 in that game last night, and then Reagan's for Kansas City pitched a gem, and then the bullpen wasn't able to hang on for him. but we got the W, right? So last night, Major League Baseball had Baltimore minus 160. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take those. How many times have you been beaten? Like, say if you had Kansas City last night, you're probably a little upset today. But Baltimore had Arizona, and this is where I buy the Geico insurance. Remember yesterday I was talking about the SBI, and I said, guys, you got to be looking at the run line, the puck line in hockey, because that Geico insurance, yeah, sure, it's going to cost you $1.65, but how happy are you now that you bought that Geico insurance and got that puck, that run line and that puck line in NHL, right? St. Louis Cardinals, again, even though we lost these 2 games, we cover the spread. Okay, so all of you guys just say, oh, you never bets, he's always taking the favorites. There's 2 dogs for you, right? But yeah, we do the money line, and again, in the NBA, if favorites are winning 70% of the games, why would you not take a look at that, right? And I know we're talking Major League Baseball, but you got to really be strategic in your handicapping. We did lose with the Seattle Kraken, though. New York Rangers, we won. What a crazy night in Madison Square Garden. And our Raptors over game, right? Man, struggling. All right, so we went 5-1 with our selections. We lost with the Pacers as our free pick. But pretty good night. Having a really good baseball season. In fact, I'm in my last 15 releases, I'm 13-2. I think it's 13-2. Yeah, 13-2 in my last 15. So let's keep the gravy train going right now. All right, let's get back to our schedule. Hey, maybe I should just bring up the schedule here so this way we keep on track here. All right, so where's let me just do a refresh here. All right, let's do a survey says. And there it is, the Raymond Report podcast. All right, so let's go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's go to your dashboard, and let's go see what the markets are telling us today, what we should be looking at. Now, last night in the NBA, 5-4 straight up for the favorites, 3-6 to the underdogs, and 5-4 to the over. 7-day average, 61.7%. We're 9% below average on the year. And if you look at the 7-day average for the point spread, we're 52 on the season, but 45.7 the last 7 days betting favorites. Underdogs taking the day right now in the last 7 days, 54.3, and the over is 54.9% of the NBA games have gone over the total the last 7 days. Let's take a look at the NHL, the Bettman circuit. And last night in NHL, 5-0 for the favorites. Wow. 3-2 in the puck line, 2-3 to the under. 7-day average, 59.9%. Just the same thing as we have on the year. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bullish market right now, NHL. And if you look at the puck line, wow, 69.6%. Again, I know, broken record, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I'm saying. 46.7% of the games went over in the NHL last 7 days, and last night 60% of the games went under. Major League Baseball, I know we've had a few rainouts there this week. Man, we had like 10-15 centimeters of snow here in Ottawa today. It's not what I'm looking for. You know, the Masters are on the corner. Last thing I want to look at, especially I'm bringing up these Golf Channel things on the site, and next thing you know, I'm still talking pucks and snow. It's not a good thing. All right, let me see here. The last night in Major League Baseball, 8-5 for the favorites. Look at wow. Hey, where's my Harry Carey when I need him? Holy cow. 10-2-1 to the run line. Maybe that's why we got lucky a little bit yesterday with the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. That was a good game, actually, the Cardinals game. I thought they were going to come back and win that. But, yeah, run line, 10-2-1. In fact, look at the run line the last week. We've won last 5 days on a streak. Speaking of streaks, we'll look at that in a few seconds. But look at that. Run line baseball has been very, very good to me, right? Sammy Sosa. 56.4% of the favorites have won so far in Major League Baseball for the favorites this last 7 days. 62.1 on the run line, and 59.1 of Major League Baseball games have gone over the total the last 7 days. All right, next on the docket, the schedule. Hey, stick to a schedule, Ron. That's how we stay organized. All right, horse racing. I got some emails. People say, hey, you gotta throw us a bone here sometimes with the horse racing. We got a lot of horse racing fans out there, and as you guys know, I love the horses. Every time I go to Florida in January, I make my daily pit stop at Gulfstream Park, my favorite track. And today at Gulfstream Park, it's race number 1. It's 1:10 post time, 6 furlongs on the slop. It's not the slop, the dirt. I don't know if it's raining in Gulfstream, but today it's let me see here, number 5 horse, Pure Crazy Groove, with Jara taking a ride here on Pure Crazy Groove. Never seen that driver before, Jara. 26% in the money. 6-1 morning line on the 5. The number 2 horse, Norfie, Miguel Angel Vasquez, taking a ride on the number 2 horse, Norfie. And the 1 horse, Cooler King, with Emisel Yaramillo, taking a ride on the number 1 horse, 3-1 morning line. And your joker, your value play of the day, number 3, Tejota Rios, taking a ride on the 3-9-2 morning line. 5-1 at Gulfstream Park. My play, I'm going to go with the number 1 horse, Cooler King, with Emisel Yaramillo. How come I can't say that word? Yaramillo. And Cooler King is 3-1 morning line, so you know the rules. Put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 1 horse today at Gulfstream Park, and may all the winners be yours. All right, there you go for my horse racing fans. And I should get my sound bite, my stream deck. But every time I play my stream deck, the sound bites are not as clear as they are when I'm doing a live stream. All right, so streaks. Hey, we're going streaking. Hank the Tank. Was it Frank the Tank or Hank the Tank? I always get mixed up with Hank or Frank. I think Hank was Breaking Bad, eh? The brother-in-law, Hank. All right, let me see here. Streaking. Hey, Will Ferrell. We're going streaking. All right, NBA. San Antonio, 5 ATS wins in a row. Philadelphia, 4. Boston, 3. ATS losses, yeah. Ooh, struggling. Toronto Raptors, 5 ATS losses in a row. 15 losses in a row. I think they're like 2 or 3 away from the franchise record. Utah, we got a problem. Did you say Utes? No, I said losses. 10 straight up losses in a row. And Golden State, don't look now. They've won 5 games in a row. Last 5 games for the Knicks have gone over. Last 4 for the Raptors have gone over. Miami 3, Washington 3. NHL, and man, we should have like a, you see here, fight night at Madison Square Garden. Hey, well, that's what happens when you throw an elbow. Hey? You rattle the cages of the teammates, and they rallied last night at Madison Square Garden. NHL, ATS, Dallas. Look at the Dallas Stars. ATS wins in a row, 8 of them. Ottawa, 6 ATS. Florida, 5 ATS losses, along with Vancouver and Nashville. The Dallas Stars, 8-game win streak right now. Flyers on a 5-game slide. And New Jersey, last 4 games have gone over. And Tampa Bay, last 5 have gone under. They're in Montreal tonight in La Belle Province against the Habitants. All right, NBA. We did the NBA. Let's go Major League Baseball. A little early, but still. Miami. Holy crap, what's going on with the Marlins? 7-game losing streak right now. Boston. You know, the Red Sox are a funny team. Boston's the type of team where you're like, I call them the Pepto-Bismol type teams, right? You know you're going to bet them, but you better have a bottle of Pepto beside you because you're going to upset stomach. But they're beating the teams they should be beating, right? Boston, 4-game win streak. Detroit, LA, Angels since that meeting. It wasn't a players meeting. I know Washington called when they got spanked by the Orioles last couple of games. They said, okay, enough of this crap. And Mike Trout and company said, all right, boys, we got to start playing some baseball here. Dodgers. Hey, the team money can buy, the Dodgers. 4-game win streak. Cubbies, 4-game win streak. And the New York Mets, well, they just got to get a game in. Hey, if you want to snap that losing streak, you got to start playing again. San Francisco, last 7 have gone over. Dodgers, last 3 have gone over. There's your streaks for today, Thursday, April 4th. And all right, let's go to the Raymond Report. I'm going to handicap a few games for you guys today, and I'm going to use the premium tip sheet. Yeah, we're gonna call up the big dogs. Hey, let's get the big dogs at the tip sheet here. Let's go to NHL. And you know, when I do these reports, you know, I'm not going to do this to you. I'm not going to handicap you know, the Kings against the Sharks, right? I try to get you the best games that I know you'll be watching, and I think this is going to be a great game tonight in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Hurricanes taking on the Boston Bruins. Now, the Bruins' last game, a 3-0 win. In fact, both these teams won 3-0 in their last game. Carolina hasn't played in 4 days. This is their first game in 4 days, and when you look at the line tonight, minus 156, 5.5 is the total. I do like Carolina in this game. And I was looking at the under, but I'll show you why I got off the under in just a few minutes. 3.1 to 2.5 is what I have as a forecast. Carolina coming in hot, 8-2 straight up. They must be bullish. Yeah, bullish 25 days. So you know what bullish means, right? 7-0, 6-1, 5-2 last 7 games. And if you look at their last 7, they are 5-2, averaging 3.29 goals for, giving up 2.14 against. So Canes are really now they're getting ready for playoff hockey, right? Grindebor's got these guys rolling right now. And the Bruins, Yeah, they a little bit inconsistent, but coming off a big win. What's their strength of schedule? 53.06 last 7 games, 46.9. So Carolina playing a little bit of cupcakes games these days. But one thing in the PVI, parity value strength of schedule. So remember I told you at the beginning of the show when I went and did my research, one of the things I wanted to know was how do teams do against other type teams? Like in the Raymond Report, teams that are 60% or higher, those we classify as our alpha types, alpha type teams. The A, the B type teams, 50 to 59.9, those are your average Joes, and 49% or lower, your C type teams. So when Carolina faces B-type teams, they're 9-5 at home, 3-11 against the point spread. So that tells me probably like a lot of 3-2, 4-3 type games, 1-goal games, and 2-12 to the under. So when I was handicapping this game, I said, you know what? I think the under is where you want to go in here, but I'll show you some system plays that really doesn't jive with our vibe right there. All right, Carolina at home this year, 25-13. Very good home record. In fact, they're 25. They haven't been a home dog this season. Can you believe that? They're averaging 3.37 goals per game. As a road underdog, Boston's 4-4 in a year, giving up 2.88, which is still good. It's very respectable, right? And so 4-3 the last 7. So they're in a neutral market. But look at teams in the NHL on 4 days rest at home. They're 12-9. Not a great record, but Carolina's 2-0. And when I scroll down to the bottom here to go see some of the stats and trends on this game, Carolina, look at all the check marks on Carolina. Yeah, pretty good. Against conference opponent, 10-1 at home, 9-3 before a division game, 10-1 against Atlantic Division opponents. So Carolina, and look at that, 8-3 last 45 days. Where Boston 4-2 last 30 days, not bad, but Carolina's the play here tonight, guys. And one thing I like to do is I go to my database here, and what I was going to show you is so let's say I go to home favorites, coming off a game where they won 3-0 last game. Home favorites are 11-4 straight up in their next game. Now they're coming off a 3-goal win. So remember I told you I was kind of liking the under, but then when I did the research, I was saying, okay, let's go see how home teams coming off a 3-goal win do in their next game, and it wasn't that really great. 3-goal win. Go current season. And the survey says 72-47, and it's the same thing for the Bruins. Home underdogs, away underdogs coming off a 3-goal win. Thought I saw that. Look at that, 41-28 to the over. So even though Carolina is very good at home against those B-type teams to the under, the system play doesn't back it up, right? So in order for me to really make it a play, it has to back up the system. And right now the system is telling me Carolina is the play here today. All right, so that's your NHL game today. Let's go to the NBA, and let's do the game between, there's a couple of good games here today, but I'm going to do the Sixers against the Miami Heat. And I know Embiid is pretty close to coming back. If he's not back tonight, maybe. Philadelphia, Embiid, game time decision. So we'll see. Let me see. Oh, he played last night. So yeah, so 29 minutes, 24 points. So, all right. So the big man is back, and he should be in the lineup here tonight. So this is probably a good game to handicap. So let's talk about this. You got Miami -3, 205.5. Very low total, right? You're looking at these totals lately. Some of them are 218, 230, 240, 205. That's a very low score. 104-103 is our final here. So we got Miami winning by 1. The Heat are 7-3 straight up in the last 10, where the Sixers are 5-5, 8-2 against the point spread. So a little bit of point spread. The value index, I forgot to do the value index for Boston and Carolina, but yeah, what you want to do is compare the bookmakers line to our line, and we're right there with them, right? -3.3, but we had +7 for Philadelphia. So you know what? A little bit early indication pointing to the Sixers here. Chance of winning, you know my rules. If it's 40% or higher on percentage play, I will look at it. 42.1 for Miami, so not a really confident percentage play here on the Heat. And when Miami's at home against those B-type teams, 7-5 straight up, 7-5 against the number, 6-6 when it comes to the over/under. And looking at their home record this year, 20-7 at home, 16-21 against the number, 19-18 to the over/under. And for Philly, 19-19, 20-18 against the point spread. So there's really nothing pointing out so far on a side or total. And again, if you watch the show, you know sometimes I say The best bet you make is the one you don't make. And look at this. Philadelphia, they don't do well in Miami. 2-8 straight up last 10, 3-7, 4-6 to the under. They got Memphis next game, and anytime they're on the road before playing Memphis, they're 1-9 straight up. So I don't like the numbers here. The analytics are telling me get off this game right now. And again, that's why you watch the show, right? I don't force feed picks. That's the last thing you want to do, right? Live another day. And let's go look at the stats down here. Nothing really to, telling me that we should be looking at something here. Even the last 30 days at home, yeah, Miami's not even playing well at home the last 30. And Philly, well, they're a different team with Embiid on the in the lineup, right? So let me see the last game. So one thing I like to do when I'm handicapping is I look at the last game. So I see Philly coming off a 4-point win, right? So off a 4-point win, and Miami's coming off a 10-point win. So let's do this. Let's go see if the system play maybe tells us to be leaning somewhere, right? So let's go to our dashboard. Okay, no, all right, sorry, I must have closed the super database. Let's go to our dashboard, super database. Let's go NBA. Let's go when home favorites. All right, home favorites are pick'em the -3. All right, so we got a low scoring average here from the bookmakers. Oh, what's that here? Pick'em the -3 home favorite. Right there. Now, the home favorite's coming off a 10-point win. So what I do is I go look down here, and an 8 to 11-point win, right? I use a range, and we'll go current season. I like to keep things in the current season, right? Survey says 6-11 to the under. So that's the one thing that points out to me right now. How about away underdogs of pick them to +3, coming off a 4-point win, right? So a 4 to 7-point win. Survey says 12-8, yeah, not good. Small lean to the under. And even the bookmakers are telling you it might be a low-scoring game, right? At 205, I got 207, landing on 207. But again, if beer piece of money, if you really have to play this game tonight, it's an under. If not, if you can pass it, I think it might be a wise decision to pass this game. But if you do play it, I would play the under in that game. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball. And the game I'm going to pick here is the best game on the board. And again, I'm not going to give you guys crap games to handicap, right? I won't do White Sox Royals for you. I'll do Twinkies and Guardians. Really good pitching matchup here. You got Shane Bieber going up against Paco Lopez from the Pablo Lopez. Sorry, not Paco. I'm thinking of the horse race in Gulfstream. There's a jockey named Paco Lopez, I think. But yeah, Pablo Lopez is going up against Tanner Bibby. Now the Guardians off to a great start. Keep in mind, 5-2, all those on the road, right? And same thing with Minnesota, 3-2 last game. 7-3 win in Milwaukee. Gave them their first loss of the year. Now today you got Pablo Lopez -149, and 7.5 is the total. So the bookmakers anticipating a low-scoring affair. Keep an eye on the weather, eh? Especially up this time of year where it's still a little cold. See that game and some of those, like with Philly, and there was another game. People are wearing like scarves and big jackets in the stands. I'm like, crap, you don't want to go to a game when it's like that. Hey, you probably want a beer and a hot dog, not a chocolate, hot chocolate and something to keep you warm. Today, looking like precipitation is 48%. Let's see, what's the weather today in Minnesota? This is giving me the weather. This is giving me the wind. Okay, so keep an eye out on the weather in Minnesota, but it looks like it's going to be good. And let me see here. Go back to my schedule. All right, so nothing really to report here. 5-2. Not a lot of data so far. Last time these two teams met was last year. It was a 2-1 win for the Guardians, 8-3 in game number. So 4, 5, 6. There's your game one. Wow, 20. Look at this. Pablo Lopez started that game. They won 20-6, 8-3 against Tanner Bibby, and then the Twins Guardians. Okay, so interesting, very interesting. I like Lopez though. I like Pablo Lopez at home against Shane Bieber. Bieber, we'll see if he's back. What are the stats telling us so far? So if you look at the edges here, you're going to notice like there's two columns when we do this, right? Sometimes you'll get a check mark here and check mark here. The second check mark is this league system trends. And I got some really good system trends for you guys in a few minutes I'm going to show you guys. So far this season, when the total's 14.5, the home teams are 14-5. So at home this year, total 7.5. Home teams 14-5. Or actually, sorry, Cleveland. Road teams 14-5. My mistake. Road teams 14-5. So you know what? Not good if you like Pablo Lopez today. And let me see here. When teams coming off a game where they allowed 3 runs against last game, 8-1-1 to the over. Man, they scored 20 runs last year. Something tells me the over might be where you want to go here today. What was the final score of both these games here? See, the one thing is when you're starting a season, you don't have a lot of volume. And I'm an analytics capper, so I like a lot of data to go research at the beginning of the year. So, all right, so you got, let me see here, Cleveland off an 8-0 win, and you got Minnesota off a 7-3 win. Let me see if we got anything to, I really doubt we'll have anything supporting it right now. So, Major League Baseball, let's go home favorites. All right, home favorites coming off a 7-3 win, so a 4-run win. Right here. Let's see if we got anything to support this. Survey says no, 2-1, very low. And I don't like going like the last 2 years because it's a different players, different systems. Like we don't know what type of season it was. If it was a favorite season, you know what I'm saying. Let's do away underdogs. Coming off an 8-run win. Yeah. You know what? How many 8-run wins have there been this year? Probably like 1. None. So yeah, so still early for the system trends, but you know what? Kind of like Lopez today. If you're gonna play this, I think this is the play. Minnesota minus 149. All right, there you have it. Those are my 3. So I like Carolina, I like the under in the Miami Sixers, and I do like Minnesota. All right, system plays. This is starting to be a very favorite topic here at the podcast. So the first system play I'm gonna give you guys, and I got my sheet here. We'll do, since we're in Major League Baseball, let's stick to that. Cleveland, yeah. Yeah, here's the system play. So if you're saying, what's a system play? If you're new to sports handicapping, there's 2 type of trends. You got team trends, and you got system trends, right? And oh yeah, this is what I want to tell you guys. You remember that crazy stat with the Cleveland Guardians on a Thursday? Always under. Like last year was the first time the games went over. 4-21-1 for the Cleveland Guardians on the road the last 3 years playing on Thursdays. I have no idea why this is like that. I don't know if it's getaway day or this, who knows. 21-4-1 to the under. So keep an eye out on that today. I thought that was very interesting. All right, St. Louis, I got a nice system on the St. Louis game. Now that was a team trend. All right, now a system trend. Hey, going back to what's a system trend? A system trend was when any Major League Baseball is in a situation, right? So here's the situation. This is the system trend. That's the team trend, the Marlins. Here's the system trend. When any Major League Baseball is a 140-160 home favorite against a conference opponent like Miami after a conference game and versus a non-division opponent, and they're coming off a series win, and they're coming off a game against a right-handed pitcher, and they're coming off a 7-game road trip. So St. Louis, when you look at they were what, San Diego and LA Dodgers, right? So they're coming off a 7-game road trip. Yesterday they faced a right-handed pitcher. They are 20-4 going back to 1996. So St. Louis, really strong play right here with a system trend against a team that hasn't won a game yet. So nice system trend here on the St. Louis Cardinals. Probably a little chalky though. What's the minus 152? Not too bad. And you got Lance Romance Lynn. I took him in one of my fantasy pools this year. Hey, I like the old veteran pitchers, right? Obviously when they get older, their velocity loses a little bit of speed, but more positional, directional pitching, right? All right, let me go to the next one here. Next system trend, we're gonna go to, let's go NBA, Atlanta Dallas money line. All right, so we're gonna go to the Atlanta Dallas money line game, and look at that. Let's scroll down. The system is this. Anytime you got a 9.5 to 12-point home favorite last 5 years after a conference game on 1 day's rest, and they're coming off an ATS loss, and they're coming off a loss as a road favorite, they are 14-3 straight up, 11-6 against the number. Now they're playing tonight against the Atlanta Hawks. They're an 11.5-point home court favorite. So obviously The money line trend is like much nicer, but you don't want to spend like $700, right? So two things you can do here. You can take them on the point spread, where they're 11-6 on the system, or you can marry them with a 2 or 3 team parlay on the money line, right? So those are some things you can do. And the last system trend is NHL. Last system trend is the National Hockey League, and I got a couple of them here for you guys. All right, first one, the Florida Panthers against my Ottawa Senators here in Ottawa, and you can see that the system trend favors the over tonight. Look at that. Anytime you got a road favorite on a Thursday against a conference foe like Ottawa, and they scored 3 goals for in their last game, and they allowed 5 or more goals against, 12-2-1 to the over. Now look at the trend on Ottawa here. Anytime Ottawa is a home underdog versus division foe, coming off a 2-game road stand, 10-0 against the point spread. So I don't know if I trust Ottawa. Ottawa's on a little of a streak here, 5-2, 4-1 last 7. But the system trend is the over, kind of like Ottawa puck line too. So maybe puck line and over here in the Ottawa game. All right, Montreal, Florida. Florida. Remember we talked about earlier, a lot of unders for the Montreal, Tampa Bay. Let's go to that game in the Bell Center tonight, and we do have a system trend on the Habs on the under. Anytime a home team like Montreal tonight, last 4 years before a conference game, coming off a 3-game homestand, and they're coming off a 2-goal win, which they did in the last game against who did they play last game? Yeah, Florida, 5-3. Look at the under, 16-3-0 to the under. So consider Tampa Bay, Montreal under the total tonight. And your last system trend of the night is the game between the Islanders and Columbus, and it's a puck line trend. It's on the puck line, and it involves. All right, it's anytime you got a road team, total 6.5 versus division opponent, before a non-conference game, coming off a 2-game win streak, and they coming off a 1-goal win, and they allowed 1 goal or less against, 13-3-0 on the puck line, and they're coming off that 2-1 win against Chicago. So nice system play here on the Islanders. ATS, but their favorite. I don't like laying 1.5, and I showed you the SBI at the beginning of the show. Was it like 70% to the 60 or 70% for the puck line on the underdogs? Yeah, I don't know if you want to go that route. But anyways, for funs and giggles, hey, I just give you guys that fact, just the facts, man. Yeah, 69.6 for the. We're in a very bullish market right now on the underdog puck line. So, like I said, just giving you that for the show, and I would really probably not touch it, to be honest. I kind of like that overplay in the Ottawa-Florida game. That's a nice system play. All right, before you go, what else we got next? NBA trends. Yeah, if you like trends, and trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent, come and check out this article right here. I got some great trends in this article. That's my teaser to get you guys to come to the website. And come and check out the other articles we have here, the sports betting tips. You want to check out those trends for today. I think there's a good one on the New York Knicks too. And the premium picks, yeah, man, we're on a heater right now. As they say, we're on a heater. 13-2 with our premium picks. Last 15. The only picks we lost was Seattle last night, and we lost a few nights ago with the Houston Astros. And keep in mind, they lost 1-0. Remember, the Blue Jays hit that 2-run shot in the ninth. So hey, you know what? Actually, we never lost right here. 12-3. Sorry, 12-3, not 13-2. 12-3. Yeah, we did the over in the Clippers game. So you can see right here, last 15. We've only lost 3 plays, so 12-3, we'll take it, and hopefully we can keep it rolling. All right, folks, this is the Raymond Report. My name is Ron Raymond. You can find me each and every day. This is where I hang my hat, atsstats.com, home of the Raymond Report, and hopefully you guys did enjoy the show today. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, and I'll see you tomorrow on a Friendly Friday. Cheers.